Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. I wanted to do a quick video because DUPR changed their algorithm again. More dynamic ratings for active players. Some active players have reached a point where their new matches aren't impacting their ratings enough, so we made the adjustment to the algorithm to allow for more movement with each match. I think this is a good move on DUPR's part. I myself, and I'm sure a lot of the people watching this video series, like to play a lot of games in DUPR. Previously, DUPR decided that after, say, 100 games, 50 games, that they kind of know who you are as a player, but it doesn't really account for people who are out there grinding, who are getting better every month, and they're beating better competition. So this new change allows those players to continue to move and improve their DUPR score, which means that I am now up to a 5.181 rated player. Also means I'm finally officially a 5.0. Now, if this was a road to a 5.0 series, this would be the end, and that would be pretty boring. So that's why we moved the goalposts back to 5.5. And I wanted in this video to kind of go over my rating history and what my pickleball journey has been so far and how I got to this point. This is episode 3 of the Rise to 5.5. So how does a person with no tennis background make it to 5.0? Well, it all started almost 2 years ago in Mexico of all places. In February of 2023, I was on vacation to Mexico with my parents and my wife. We were staying at a fancy resort in Puerto Vallarta, and on the last day of vacation, we thought it would be fun to try this new sport called pickleball. I had just got my dad a paddle for Christmas, and he was taking lessons at the local rec center and having fun with it. For me, it was a new athletic challenge and something to do on the last day of vacation. We got to the courts at the resort, and my wife had gone home a day early because she had another trip on that upcoming weekend, so it was just me and my parents. Some lady, a local keeper of the courts of sorts, took us under her wing and showed us all the rules and how to play. We played a few games with her, and of course after that I felt like I could take on anyone. After a while, she introduced us to a gentleman on the courts next to us. My ego inflated. I came into the game thinking I was a hotshot, a natural-born prodigy. How good could this guy be? He was like 70 years old at least. Well, he kicked my ass, using spin that I didn't even know was possible at the time. That was my first lesson in pickleball. Afterwards, we were talking to him, and he turned out he was a retired orthodontist, and his grandson played pro pickleball. Actually, 2 of his grandsons played pro pickleball. Who were his grandsons? None other than Ben and Colin Johns. That's right. The first day I played pickleball was with Ben and Colin's grandpa in Mexico. I didn't start playing regularly until about a month later. I went to a local rec center, and then I went to all the local rec centers. I was hooked. I was playing on a gym floor with a ball that was both soft and somehow hard at the same time, but I didn't care because everything was new and exciting. I recruited my best friend Matt to play, and my brother Joe, and his best friend Jeff. Matt, Joe, and Jeff all played tennis in high school, and I felt like pickleball was a perfect mix of my skills as well. My whole life I played competitive soccer, but I also played a lot of sports competitively at different times throughout my childhood. I played travel baseball and basketball. I played volleyball in high school as the libero, and I was even champion of the ping pong team. I felt all these skills culminated into a nice base for pickleball. I could use the hand-eye coordination and wrist skills from playing ping pong, but the movement from basketball and soccer, and the defense from volleyball. It's an interesting mix, and one that worked well for me. I started to win a lot more than I lost, and that's when I heard about DUPR. And I thought the idea of a rating was so cool, like a golf handicap, something to gamify. We started logging all our games against each other and playing virtually no one else. This put us all around 325 to 365. Matt and I did our first tournament together at the 3-5 level in New Buffalo, Michigan. We went 7-0, blowing away the competition. Probably should have played 4-0, but they say to play your first tournament at 3-5, and believe it or not, To this day, this is the only gold medal I have ever gotten. That first tournament really gave me the itch. I was on pickleball brackets almost every single day, like a fiend, searching for everything near me. I did a couple tournaments that didn't go as well, one at the 4-0 level and one at the 4-5 level, before I teamed up with Mitch. We did well in our first tournament together, winning our pool before losing in the quarters to a team that we had already beat. The first real experience of tournament nerves. We got a bronze medal in our second tournament together, beating a lot of teams by a high margin. We grinded away tournament after tournament until my DUPR got to around a 4.69. Then DUPR updated their algorithm. I was a beneficiary of this change as it jumped my DUPR to 4.8. I finished the year strong with a bronze medal and 3 fourth place finishes in some loaded fields to bring me to a 4.96. I was finally beating players who, when I came into the sport, I was told these were the best players in the area. Guys that always had private groups that I wouldn't even think of being invited to were now my peers, and I was firmly in these private groups as well. Finally, in January, DUPR updated their algorithm again to reward players with a lot of matches that are still improving. This brought my DUPR from 4.96 to 5.18. Yes, that's a big jump, but I feel like I can compete at this level. I've been working for the last few months to raise my floor, and I'm now going to stop playing 4-5 and focus on the 5-0 level. I may not see a medal for a while, but I'm hoping to win more than I lose and continue to keep getting better every day. Thanks for watching. This has been episode 3 of the Rise to 5-5.